under moonlight, checking your physique. I don't think I could want you anymore. Chilling with your girl, I'm jealous that I can't just run over and take you on the floor. And I don't wanna cross nobody. I know it's never worth the pain, but I can feel your eyes run down me, and all my sense just fades away.
Hello there. Welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks. I'm sorry I had to leave you guys. Yeah, it's been 2 weeks since my last stream. A lot come up actually in the last couple of weeks, so it just meant that streaming just wasn't really viable, you know, during that time. Was dog sitting for a little while, and the internet there it's pretty good, but not good enough for streaming. We ended up setting Starlink up there, and so yeah, Starlink's pretty nice, but not really a place for streaming. And so yeah, and then the last week's just been a little bit chaotic, you know. And I also had a holiday in between as well, like a long weekend break. So, you know, we're back into it. And today's also been a bit of a manic day. We're starting a little bit later than I normally would have, but we're gonna, you know, make it happen, make it do. I'm gonna have to try and work out what we were doing. You know, we were doing some stuff with ProseMirror. What was that about? So I guess I got to work that out, figure out what we were doing there. I also needed to use this tool to transcribe some meetings. So I actually had to bug fix some things, and so I had to take what we were doing in the last stream and put it in a separate script branch so I could make some changes. I'm going to go over those changes quickly. I think that's probably a good place to start. You know, we can review what has changed since we last picked up on this project. And yeah, so we're jump into code. And I think the first place to start is maybe just see like what was the changes I made a couple of weeks ago. These are some changes I did off stream. Some minor changes. Mainly the feature that I added here was the ability to take the kind of agenda items, agenda content, and I don't really like how I did this. This needs reformatting, refactoring, sorting out, cleaning up, tidying up, you know. But I was in a rush to get some stuff done, and sometimes, you know, you just got to make it happen. So what we do here is we generate agenda items, and then we dump that into our prompt, which means the agenda you create now actually impacts and feeds into the minutes that get generated. And yeah, and then down here I just had to do some little minor kind of tweaks, make sure we have the button to generate the minutes. And I think there was this also added this, we had this validation before that you could only create one set of minutes per meeting. In development, I needed to create multiple minutes just to kind of iterate the prompt, so I have this little unless Rails development, so only minutes on create unless you know, we're in development. And so those are the changes I had to patch in to be able to feed that stuff in. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, I got rid of the comma. Cool. And then if we go over, we have a refactor transcript editor branch now, which has a big chunk of changes, you know. And these are the ones that we were working on before. So I think it might be prudent to copy, is that right? That. And then we'll move over to our editor. And we can do git checkout, refactor transcript editor. We can, should we rebase? Rebase it on main, you know. We can push that up, you know. And then if we go into here and check out that branch, we're one commit header main now, so that's nice. So we've just kind of resolved that. And I think what we also want to do is git reset head 1, you know, and load back in. We kind of, I did this commit just so that I could save these changes. That's not actually the commit that I want to store. I actually want to be back in the working directory. And so we now have all the changes back here as if we never actually persisted them. I think that's going to help just kind of do this as one tidy commit, because that'll help us understand what's going on. I think the other thing we can do, we do have this commit here, which is a good thing. We can now perhaps use this diff just to reference what was going on, what are we doing, what have we been changing on all of these. Like we've done, I think we did 3 episodes so far of like ProseMirror. A couple of those were reading the docs, but we were trying to figure out what's going on there. Yes. Cool. Sorry, I got distracted there. Yeah, we're going to work out what was going on with this and then work out where we was at. I think we were building the importer. Yeah, I think that's what we were doing. But let's just, you know, scan through what have we got. What have we got going on? I guess we just start from the top. Like, there's no real good way of starting through this, so we can ignore that. That's whatever. This is a word highlighter block highlighted. We're not really doing that right now. We kind of started doing the word highlighter. I think we can probably delete that. We have a pages controller. This is for our demo. We're just manually loading transcript 37 and then using the importer to get the result of that. Like, import result. I don't like the names there, you know. So I wonder if for here it really should just be transcription content as a type, and you're creating your new transcription content from like, so it could be like transcription content from transcription original data, which would be an instance of, you know, the AWS transcription. That might be nicer, you know. So maybe a little note there to self. I don't really have any notes, you know. Maybe I should have a little notepad, but we'll sort it out later, you know. And then, yeah, that's that. In our speakers controller, we added in our turbo stream action because now we have this set data set attribute, which is basically updating a specific attribute, the transcript editor speakers value, on a given DOM ID, which is the transcription editor form. So we need the record identifier to use DOM ID, and we need the action helper to be able to use this variable stream action tag. That works, you know. I think this could be refactored. I think I can tidy this up into a kind of turbo stream partial. That would probably be best here rather than what I'm doing here. So that's something to consider. We added initializer stream actions to our JavaScripts. That's because we have a custom stream action now, which is the set dataset attribute. Let's maybe minimize these as we're talking through them. I'm reading through this mostly for me, you know, not for you, but for me. We'll come back to this one. That's the big one, and same for that one. And same for that one. We'll do the turbo stream action since that was the last thing in that JavaScript file. This is the set dataset attribute. It's just a little helper to set the attribute on the elements that have been targeted via Turbo. Lib tip tap word mark. This, I think our intention is to destroy everything of TipTap, so I'm not even going to bother looking at the TipTap files. We have the segment view, speaker plugin, the word marker, transcription import. And at the moment we've got this thing in here that turns off the navigation because we were trying to really focus in on the editor. And now that we are kind of a refresh, now that we're back kind of doing stuff in the editor, like in here, trying to bring stuff back, you know, this is using the new editor. I think transcript demo as well, like we're now kind of doing stuff in here. I think we can probably consider clearing some of that out. Let's keep reading through before we get too far off on a tangent, but that is something we should tidy up. Transcript demo kind of gives a bit of a brief overview of like HTML. And yeah, and then we have the form, which we've been updating, which now has the DOM ID transcription editor form. That has the class of flow, data, editor form. You know, it's interesting. Speakers controller targets that editor form and tries to set transcript editor speakers value. So one would imagine that the form here, oh yeah, it does. Transcript editor speakers value. Transcription.speakers. Yep. Okay. And then our hidden field of our data. And our actual target with a view. And then the audio player. We've been obviously updating our JavaScript stuff there, our config routes. We added some vendor.js. That's all kind of down there. We don't need to look at what that looks like. We just know it's there. So I guess the chunk of stuff is first the editor, this JavaScript file. Yep. And then we have the word highlighter, controller, which actually we're not, this is kind of parked while we work on the editor. We're not using this right now. And actually this is doing a lot of the styling, which we don't want to be doing. So cool. I think I've got enough seeded in my brain, you know, to figure some of this out. So let's, you know, jump over the code. We'll start just by clearing that out, you know, solving that problem. And then I think what was our problem, right? Like we load in here and we've destroyed our speakers page because speakers relied on data in that speakers section, you know. And now we have put a completely different format of JSON in there. Speakers. Speaker list. Or is it like participant list is the actual thing with the speakers gets return a speaker. And that's because here this results speaker labels speakers doesn't exist like that anymore. You know, and this is an interesting one to think about because if I go in here, We basically need the count of the speakers, right? That's what we need. In here, there's a form. In the form is this element, and this element is at $0 dot value, okay. And JSON dot parse that value, and it is just our block, right? And then if we go to our underscore form for the transcription, that's because we presumably are just persisting that as the data. Because, you know, because why? Because that's what's stored in there? Is that because the way I wrote my import thing did it like that? Well, there's the result, right? And speaker count should be grabbing that from the result. I think I need to access, you know what, my brain's going so slow. Beekeeper, you know, our database tool. What meeting are we on? The one that's this meeting. Select all from meetings where public ID equals. Is that not how that works? My brain, I'm like... Is it like public ID equals... Why can I not even form a blimmin' SQL query? Yes, that is where public ID. Is that not what I had the first time? It's because of these double quotes. It was because of the double quotes. Okay, point noted. So this is meeting ID 69. Okay, nice. Then we'll go over to, you know, why's my computer? What's going on? Need the recording ID. Select all from recordings where meeting ID equals 69 on 28. Select all from transcriptions where recording ID equals 128. And here we go. There's the data. there's the original data. So yeah, it looks like that's what I've stored in there. I don't think I wrote any code just yet that actually assists the... I mean, there's only so many places it would be in a controller, which is not where I'd want to put it. It would be in a model, which is really where I would want to put it. Or maybe a job, but I don't have any of those either. So I guess I manually did it last time. I manually did it wrong. So, Rail C. If I press up, can I... Oh, that's just Rail C from another project. Fine. Okay. Ignore the stuff that's there. That'll be a little while before we are able to get up to the place we want to go. So, I would like to take that recording, or the transcription rather. Transcription.find. What number are we dealing with, you know? On 37. 37. There is our transcription 37. And we're going to go t.data equals transcription import new t.original data dot result. Is it result? Result? Yeah. That'll take a little hot second. There's our speaker count. T.save. Okay. Sweet. And now this will crash and burn, you know. They'll be like, what on earth are you trying to do? Trying to convert a hash into a string? Are you mad? No implicit conversion of hash into string. How have I stored this original data? You know? JSON. Okay. To JSON. Save. You know, is that how it's supposed to be? Let's just rerun this query. You know, data, speaker count. Okay. And then if I refresh, it should still load, right? That bit works, but now it's very confused about what it's supposed to render. This is fine. This is what we expect. We go back to code. We'll go back to where we were living our best lives at. You know, I reckon we can probably go down here. Value is there. Dot. Document. And if I refresh, it's still the same, you know, but we are specifically loading in document. It does mean that we now have a job to do when we save, which is here. We need to work out because this needs to include document as the data, and then import speak account. And there. Is that going to work? You know? I think one way of doing this, rather than how, like, it'd be good if it console.logs speak account. There's a few things going wrong right now. We're getting there though. Content is the array of segments which has the status. So I don't like it's content array map matters speaker, and then that forms an array of all the different speakers, and then we put them into a set and then work out the size. There's 8. Nice. Okay. And I think the reason this is not working is because that relied on the speaker participant list, you know, and that is complete right now. So we just need to make sure that we have the speaker count saved in the JSON. And that lets us do that. And so every time we save, we're going to work out how many speakers we've got and then make sure that's persisted into our kind of data that we're storing. Which is 8 in this case, you know, we're storing that. Now if we go to the participant list, we were digging this out, but really speaker count. That says transcription.parse data, you know, but what on earth is that? Transcription. Parse data. Okay, I'm not sure what the deal is with that. That looks a bit stinky, you know. We need to tidy some of this up. But is dig the right thing here? Got fetch. And we want to have it as 1, I think, as the default. Is that enough to make this work? No. Because then we fetch how many segments they've got. So that's on the speaker. Yeah. Yes, let's go. Document. Content. And then this is going to be weird as well, because that needs to be... Wish I could just click on the thing. I don't really know what the best way of accessing this specific link is. No? That's not the correct way. You know, what did we do there? I don't even know what we're doing. It was import, right? Was we in here? No, we were on speaker. That's it. I think dig is probably going to be the best bet here. Nice. It's making progress. There's still a few. I mean, they're all silent speakers. So what's going on with that? Why are they all silent? So segments takes the past data, digs the document content. No, is it document content? Document content is the array. And each one of those has attrs, which doesn't have a start and end time. They do not have start and end times, and therefore they are all null speakers. Although, surely if there is a segment, they are not a silent speaker. They're only a silent speaker if they don't have any segments. There should be a segment. Oh, but is it called speaker label? Probably not. It's just called speaker. There you go. None of them have times. You know, that's... to be expected. That is to be expected. I think what we'll do as well is we'll write a migration that's going to make sure that all of the meetings, all of the transcriptions have been imported into the new format. And because we have the 2-column structure, that's going to help us do that. I need to make sure before we do that that every transcription that doesn't have the original data populated gets populated. Yeah. And the other thing that should still work in here is, like, if I go in here and delete all of that, Hotwire is supposed to do some magic in the background, you know. But maybe it's not, you know. Maybe it's something broken. Man, we're just coming in here, fixing all the bugs. I don't know. I don't even know what's on my harpoon. Like, why am I using harpoon? Because none of that is relevant to what I'm trying to do. What are we trying to do? I don't know. Figuring it out. Scratching the red. You know. Working it out. You know what keeps bothering me? I feel like these should be swapped around. 1 is that, 2 is the web browser, 3 is the database. I don't know why, you know, I just feel like 1 takes me to code, 2 takes me to the browser. That's just the way that I want to handle it on my keyboard. Well, balls. Command Q was probably the worst, you know, shortcut I could have pressed. We lost our music. We lost our all of my windows for managing the stream. If there's anyone chatting right now, I don't know. I mean, we're lucky we still have the stream, you know, because that's a separate program. But well, that gives us that back, you know. Oh, that's really annoying, you know. I need a hot minute to sort this out. Where have I just put that? Can I just reopen all the windows? Recently closed. And let's get the music back as well, you know. Can't just press play. I don't even know what we were on. Are we at this one? How long have we been streaming? 38 minutes? We're probably going to end up listening to some of the songs again, but I mean, I don't care. I don't suppose you really care. Hopefully not, you know. I think that's everything back. Yes. Okay. Control 1, Control 2, Control 3. Fine. Do not press Command Q. Bad. I need a kind of script to be able to just bring up all my windows in the places I like them for streaming, because I kind of have, I mean, 4, 5, 6%. I mean, I actually actively have 6 different scenes on my computer that I jump between. You can see kind of desktop 1 to 3 here for code and the web browser and whatever else. And then on my second screen I have music media, I have Twitch dashboard and YouTube and Twitch chat, and then on desktop 6 I have the kind of YouTube studio dashboard as well, just in case I need to check it. And then I have my laptop with the OBS monitor as well. It's kind of my setup. But most of it is just running in a Chrome web browser, so Command Q on Chrome, or Brave I suppose is the one I'm using. You're bad. Anyway, what was I doing before I closed everything? I don't know what I was doing. So the times. Get with the times, you know, import. Which I really gonna have to name something else at some point. But I need to add speaker time information to here. This is going to give me an array of items, right? So I guess I could just kind of do content is segment content, and then I can do change the end of the line content. The idea here is I can do start is going to be content dot first, grab the start time, end content last. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, but the OBS, the video is showing like a bit of a delayed response on the stream. Hopefully the audio is synced up. I tried several times before the start of this stream to make sure they were synced, and I thought they were, but doesn't look like they are. You know, when I look at the monitor on the side, like, are you synced? I'm not so sure. Anyway, so that should get us the start and the end times of the segment. By going here, I guess I need to reload to get that to work. Which means I then need to find the transcription, run the import again, and then t.save, save it, you know. And then if I reload this, it still doesn't work. Is that because start underscore time, end underscore time? What am I actually calling it in the editor? I guess the easiest way of doing that would be to find the transcription editor controller, which actually I'm going to add to Harpoon, because I feel like I need to come here quite often. It's start and end. There's no underscore time. So we'll keep it like that. Start, end, and then import. I think also was start and end, yeah. But that probably means when we're trying to import, it's probably this. And in fact, yes, no. We're doing this after already fetching this stuff here, right? So it's segment content, segment vet items, each with index. And it gets the texts from that kind of dictionary which has all of those. Using the item key, which was like speaker and stuff like that. Cool, fine, okay. Yeah. So that segment starts from the beginning of the first content and it ends with the last content, you know. And so I don't think we need to re-import. I think we do. What are we missing? You know? Segment at a speaker start null, end null. Is it? Well, it shouldn't. Start null, end null. Well, I guess I could do t.data. Just to see what it puts out. JSON. Oh. json.parse t.data. No, they're all nil, but then the start of that first node marks 0 as start is, you know. So we get the type, we get the content first. It should be this. Marks, atters, marks 0 atters start. Mark 0 atters start. Did I have time here? Maybe when I ran this, maybe let's just reload. No, they're still starting in null. Okay. Okay. Let's perhaps put content up first. Can I type, please? Oops. Content /n/n. Reload. Find the transcription. Load the data. What is interesting is they are a hash, right, with symbols. So does that make a difference? Perhaps we'll do puts content.first.dig marks and just see what we get for that, you know. Reload. Blank. Okay. So perhaps if I had it as marks, it's going to load it differently. Yep. Delete surrounding quotes, add in colon, delete surrounding quotes, add in the colon. Delete surrounding quotes, surrounding quotes, delete surrounding quotes. I mean, that looks nicer, I guess, and it makes sense, I think. It's because this is actually fetched from the thing, whereas the other one we're like fetching it from the data. It's just a little bit weird kind of when we jump between hashes and stuff, but I think this makes it clearer when we're interacting with the original data and then when we're interacting with stuff that we've built here. And so I kind of prefer this. This makes it clearer. There's a distinction there that this content is coming from here that we have defined with symbols. Okay. Find the transcription. Save the data in, and then t.save. Save the data. And then when I come over here and refresh, we have timing information. Beautiful times when people spoke. We go in here and add speaker and set speaker Bob. Bob changes instantly. Nice. Sweet. Now, cut myself out of that. Let's. The next bit that I make changes here, like that. Nothing happens. I actually don't think we're saving, right? We're not. Like, when I do stuff here and then refresh, like I can spam as much as I want there and then wait, it's not saving. And so autosave is something that I never really got round to doing in the new editor. That was here, right? Request save. Oh, and I have this used a bounce on it for request save. So I think we want to use bounce again in our new editor. Let's switch back. Static bounces. I thought I just transcription editor controller. Okay, now it's there. Ah, yeah. Request save. Use the bounce. And then yank that. In fact, we'll have yank 3J. Then we'll go down here and we'll go G and we'll go P, paste it there, request save. Then we'll say this dot request save.
Listen to me speak, but just say what you want. What words will you keep? The ones that cause us harm. You assume the worst, but that is yet to
I'm gonna add a comment because I got confused when I read this code. And I think it's clear because the request save. But the debouncing code is kind of a chunky, like it's all at the top. I don't particularly like how far the debouncing logic is. But I guess if I had it as Q save, I don't know. Oh, yeah. I feel like this looks different. I don't know why. I think because I got the color theme on it. Is this? This is a test. Oh, it's saving. I refresh. It's still storing it in the right place. I can add those. I refresh. They work still. Hello, world. If I actually inspect these, they should be wrapped in spans appropriately. Nice. Nice. Don't know what's going on here. He's lost his start and end times. I haven't updated the editor to store start and end times. And so I actually don't think I've even got it in the schema at the moment. So it's just ripping it out. Do I need to add those back in? You know, mental note. Add that into the list. What are we doing here? Start. Null. End. Null. You know, we'll add those back in. And then perhaps we'll go back into Rails C. You know, we'll find that transcript. Put the data in it. Save it. And then if we jump back into here, the timing information's back. Hello world. It saves. Apparently, I refresh. Timing information's still there. Nice. If I was to go here and just go bye, that updates, undo, brings them all back. We have 6 unidentified spots. Yeah, that's these. I was about to get confused about nothing just then. Okay. Cool. So the timing information here is kind of persisted. It's stored on all the individual words, but as we're editing words, we might need to recalculate the timing of the paragraph. Need to figure that out. Now I could try and just re-patch through that just before we save. We can just be like, right, okay, before we save, let's just go through every single speaker. But that feels like quite a lot to do, you know? I feel like we could do it here, kind of in the same way we work out the speaker count. We could just basically say, okay, well, all of the segments, let's recalculate the start and end time of those segments. I mean, the other option is not to... Why do we even need it, right? Like, are we doing it for the speaker? We're doing it here for this, right? But we have segments. Oh, that's their segments. But I could just get the content and then just grab it from there, right? Like .dig. I mean, do I need to dig? Dig. 0 content marks 0 matters. Don't just do that. Would that not be the better solution here? Rather than duplicating data and having my schema have to worry about, you know, all this extra stuff. It doesn't work. That didn't work. I mean, I did try to just raw dog this. Got these two the wrong way around. That was the problem. Content. The first content. See, this is where it's going to get tricky. Not necessarily completely tricky. Because I need to do like last, and I don't think I can do that with dig. In the call array.dig, the first argument is an integer index. I was wondering if I could do like -1 and get like the last, you know. I don't think I can. I mean, an easy way to tell would be just to try it, right? Let's just go array Ruby. And we'll create an array of like A, B, and C. Dig 0 should get me A. It would help. IRB, can I just do that and then do kind of the same thing, which is just crikey, you know, crikey, what am I doing? A, B, C dot dig 0, 90, 0. Here's me A, C, B. Okay, so dig, I can do it. I can do it. It's last instead of the first. And then it's the last content of the last segment. Yes. Refresh. Works. It works. Beautiful. That means I can kind of undo a bunch of stuff that I just did. We don't actually want this there, you know? That's smelly. It's smelly. It's smelly, good sir. Yes. And then we don't care about that. We care about the speaker is fine. The import mechanism doesn't need that. Which means this can pretty much kind of go back to segment, content, segment. And then you know, format that appropriately. That's much better, I think. That's cleaner. Oh, and this is now, right? This is the end of that segment. Of that word. I mean, I can kind of go even further here, right? I can just do dig 0, dig -1. I mean, I don't. It works. I think it is better because I didn't really like how they had the like first ampersand dot, because that kind of insinuated potentially there might not be a segment there. I think I prefer this because this won't, it will fail silently, you know. We are going to have an ad break. I'm going to take a quick break too in about 30 seconds time. I do have ads just on automatic schedule so that you avoid pre-rolls, because if you have ads on automatic schedule, it stops pre-rolls from happening. And so, yeah, that's one of the reasons. And then the other reason is that I get to take a quick break to get a drink or, you know, do what I need to do. And so we're going to do that. Yeah. And we get back and continue working out what we need to do next. So I'll see you in a moment. Bye. back. Back. Back in. What are we working on now? Cool. I am happy with that. This is looking better, you know. There's still some code in here that I'm like, I need to tidy up at some point, but, you know, let's focus on what we're trying to do at this moment in time. Cool. Where are we at? Like, are we, you know, how are we feeling about what we've got? This outline, disgusting, you know. Let's sort that out. Like, what is going on? ProseMirror, like, is there a CSS file somewhere? Like, what's going on? I think here I had like focus, outline, none, right? And flow. I think I have something similar in here. Like flow, yeah, class, 8K. Focus, outline, none. I'll avoid the focus box from happening. Cool. Have we basically recreated everything we had before with the old editor, but with the new editor? I mean, one of the things that would be useful to do that we don't have in the old editor just yet is adding a new speaker for this list. So, but I can, that will be a separate PR, a separate point in time, I think. I mean, it looks like everything's in here, you know. Bob's, that updates. No, I can change this to Chris, change this to Bob, change this to Big 4, you know, that all works. The data's in here, the timing information's there. I go a new line. I mean, one of the things that's probably interesting if I do this, right? We've lost when Chris started speaking, you know. Equally, like that fixes it. But then, like, if I did that same thing with Bob, Bob now started speaking at the beginning, which is a little odd, you know. So we're introducing a bit of a weird bug in a couple of places. One of the things... Did I ever actually get around to saving that data? I don't think I did. That's fine. I was mostly just quickly thinking then about like how we're not doing anything to save that. Start and end of the segment. It would be nice, I think, to have a segment and the words kind of formatted in like as a class that I can interact with, because then I can take a bunch of segments and perhaps query them in several ways, you know. But I think it does the job right now. Again, import, bit of a weird term, I don't really like it. Data builder. There's a really good article, actually, I just want to bring up, you know, that is from Jason Sweat. to be. About how... Now I need to try and remember what the name of the in the article was, but is it in here? One of these, yeah, imperative versus declarative. And so I'm kind of cautious here. Like, I'm trying to think of a naming convention that is declarative rather than imperative, if that makes sense. So the thing here is that an imperative programming style expresses code mainly in terms of what to do. Declarative programming style expresses code mainly in terms of what things are. For those not familiar with imperative versus declarative, here's an explanation by way of example. If I were to tell a robot to make me a peanut butter jelly sandwich using the imperative style, I would say, hey robot, get 2 pieces of bread, put some peanut butter on one, put some jelly on the other, and put them together, put it on a plate and give it to me. If I were to do the same thing in a declarative style, I would say a sandwich is a food between 2 pieces of bread. It comes on a plate. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a sandwich that contains peanut butter and jelly. Make me one. And so, and that's kind of why I'm thinking about this here, because it's like transcription import is an imperative programming style. I have to say I'm going to I'd like you to import this, rather than saying there is these 2 different formats and I'm creating one from the other. So which is why I was kind of thinking this could be like content, transcription, document. And then I could do like def itself dot from original, you know, something like that. And I kind of like that because that kind of then grows and creates an experience that looks a bit like, if I find that, we're then going to say t.data equals transcription content dot from original data. Something like that. Obviously, oh, it's document. Okay, fine. The other part is I haven't named this file appropriately, but anyway, that would be the kind of interface we'd end up creating. And it's a really minor detail, but I think it just reads a bit nicer. It's just like, oh, I'm, you know, creating a document. I'm not really worrying about the fact that I'd like you to import this process. I'm really just creating one thing from another thing. The bit that's a bit weird here is the result, you know. Like, you don't actually get an instance of the transcription document. What you get is a random hash, you know. I suppose I could, in some ways, make this the value, right? And then dot from original dot value, you know, that could kind of work here as an option. From, I kind of prefer just the from here, so maybe just get rid of the original. From data value.
Can I just pretend that I'm not losing control?
But then I'm still kind of like, this isn't a document. All of the contents of this thing are the parser. So yeah. And this kind of feels redundant now, right? Like, why not just say got new, and then you get the value, kind of the same thing. I suppose it makes sense. You can't pass the bit that's a bit weird is you can't pass the value back in. But why would you just be creating a document from this? I think I prefer this. I think this makes more sense to me. We will do this. This is the way. The bit that I now want to do. I guess I could also have like a def2 JSON. Is it 2JSON as JSON? Reverts into a hash structure. I see. Okay. Interesting. I already have a hash in my value, right? So I guess I'm kind of asking that to be 2JSON, you know, but I see. There's something interesting there. That's like, I guess I could just do the alias as JSON, the val. I need to just check. It's been a little while since Ruby class alias. Alias A and B. Why would you? Okay. Maybe it should be alias method. You know, or just alias. I guess what I'm trying to do here, if I reload, I mean, I need to also rename this file. Let's go back. Import is now rename this to document. And then reload. Transcription document dot new. I mean, we're just passing data right now. T dot original data. Did I reload? D equals that. Undefined value for class. There. I guess the alias wants to go after. And then we can go d.value, which gets us that. d.as for JSON, which should get us the same block, but d.to JSON gets us the JSON-fied version of it as well. Because it's gonna to JSON calls as JSON, which calls value, which then calls all of our code to grab the data it needs to get. Nice. I think I'm happy with that. That kind of looks pretty decent. The webhook for the transcription is probably the next part. So in here we need to do data is equal to transcription document dot new. I feel like it needs to be passed in as a string of JSON. But I don't feel like it's doing it, you know. So that should ensure original data is the S3 file, data is the transcribed parsed document. So our webhook gets called from S3 when AWS Transcribe adopts the file in there. We take the S3 event, we find out its recording ID, we find our transcription by the recording ID. I don't really know why we're in meeting unscoped right here. I don't think there's any reason to. Perhaps there's something in broadcast replace or something, or maybe the view, you know, is dependent on the meeting. Anyway. I mean, if I go in here and then just do colon it len, is this a lame? What did I do this? Automatically update after transcription. So that would be the broadcast replace, right? Yeah. I might leave that on because it's, you know. Fine, so we have those in there. So that should mean if I upload a new file, it'll get transcribed. If I go to any of the other files right now, they are going to be dead. Let's like just check that. If we go master minutes. I mean, this is 2 people. Like, why is it 2 people? Mute with speakers. It's dead. We have broken all the code. Rails G migration. We're going to create a new migration and we're going to convert pass transcription data format. You know, we just need a file to do this stuff. This is going to be a one-way migration, really, because I mean, I don't really know. Is it up and down? Up and down? I think it is. I'm just going to quickly Command J, jump, Control X, sorry, Pro. Just want to check something recently I did. I could have sworn I did something over here for this project. Okay, fine. I think it's up and down, isn't it? Like it's 2 methods to be able to manually do it. Yeah, def up, def down. Up and def down. So I don't think I can do what I need to do in a way that is going to work in. So I need to transcription dot all each end. We have to do something to each transcription. Which I think is just this, right? I mean, select all from transcriptions. I just want to see. what the deal is here. Can I have a bit more space, please? Thank you. So the only ones that don't have any data are the ones that are supposedly in progress and are probably dead. Everything else has data. See, some don't have original data. So in the cases where they don't have original data, I need to backfill the original data. So basically I'm saying unless transcription dot original data is nil, then transcription dot update to take the original data. If it's nil, unless it's nil, then we're going to set it to the data. I think that makes sense. And then we're going to set the transcription data equal to the transcription document original data to JSON, and then we're going to save. And then at this point we can go through all of these. They should not be null anymore. Want to see if there's a, because I mean there's a minor number of records, but find each. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably makes sense. Find each. That makes it look like next if, like it's not the case, because I still want to do this regardless. That was the one I was most cautious of, you know, saving, because it's like there's a lot going on there, potentially. I don't really... guess I could do SQL. Problem is I still need to run it through the tool. So... and then I end up having to do this weird crap I ain't doing. So I think, you know, that probably does the job if I do Rails DB migrate Oh. Rerun this. So I can see what we just did, because I feel like I did a bunch of stuff. No, it does it in a transcription and rolls it back if it failed. So it's nice. And transcription.data.present. Then set original data to transcription. Rails DB migrate. Where is this failing? Document line 3. Do I have to pass it? Oh, I have to also do here if like original data is present. I can't. Sure. Makes me wonder what we're putting in. Undefined method each. Nil class items.each. Results items. I wonder if this has to be past. No. Hash into a string. Be good to know which one it's failing on, you know. That would be helpful to some degree. But they should all. This one, obviously. This one failed because it's the original format. It's the one that I've been tampering with, arguably. So 1 to 8. So I could go back in quickly and set 1 to 8. I think that's the option. I have to do Rails C. And then we can do t equals transcript. I mean, it's there. Is it 37? 37. T dot data equals t dot original. And then t dot save. And then we can, in theory, do Rails DB migrate. No? Rails DB migrate. Key not found start underscore time. No, some of them don't have start underscore time. In fetch line 60. Ah, this is tricky actually, yeah, because I'm using the start time as a key. But some of these don't have start times because they are manually created. So I need a new way of doing the keys. That's actually kind of annoying. Ugh. Okay. Okay. I need to have a think about this one. I also need to be right back, so I'll be back in a moment. In a moment.
Still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too. I still think of you. I still think of you. still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too. I still think of you. I still think of you. I still think of you. Stuck on me like an old tattoo. I still think of you. Those days are gone. I wonder if you still think of me too. Where are you now? Can we work it out? Need to find a remedy. Where are you now? Can we work it out? Need to find a remedy.
I'm back. Let's see. What was we doing? Well, we just come across the problem in our migration where our item keys are defective, you know, because they rely on there being a start time for every single item, which, if we was dealing with the original, there should be, because that probably does solve the problem. Rails DB migrate. Like, why would this not work? Okay. Run. God, I really, I sliced my finger earlier. Run. You know, this doesn't look like it's done what it's supposed to. Rails DB roll back. I mean, arguably, I probably lost some data there. But that's gone. So. Okay. It'd be good if I could pull them from S3, but I really should have backed that up. You know, I'm trying to work it out now. I should have commented out the save. Or at least added like a unless that, like that would have, you know, saved the actually that would have saved the do this unless that's the case. This really should have been if, right? That was the original problem in the migration. This. That was the problem. But it's not gonna bloody do anything now, is it? So the bit that I'm like considering is, can I just replay a bunch of the things that happened? Could I go into S3 and just, you know, stuff. Could I like move them all and then move them back? So this actually just gets that from there, right? And the bucket name we already know, and the key we should already know. What I have here, that's not what I expected it to be. That also is not what I expected. Anyway. Oh, I remember. It was the S3 thing. S3 event. This. The bucket and the key. Well, I guess really what we're doing here is like self dot like original data equals this. Or like update original data bucket. Is that where it is? No. How do we decide where to put the stuff? I think it's actually just in the storage. But YAML, right? Muster minutes Rails then. I remember what it was anyway. Let's just change the end of the line to muster minutes. And then the key is going to be equal to, what was it? Transcriptions, recording.json. And it is recording IDs, isn't it? I think it is. 128 stuff will be in there. Yeah. So now I can reload and do transcription.all. Do I need to do anything other than that? Is that it? Webhook. Controller. Event.file, isn't it? Yeah, fine. No, I think that's it. Transcription.all. Each. And original data. And then if I go over here and refresh, rerun this, they should have their original data back. Some of them do, until it ran into the one that has an issue, because the file doesn't exist anymore. Nice. So if I refresh this now and rerun it, we should have original data populated for all of them because we have the ability of just refetching them. I'm actually going to keep it in there because I think that's actually a really useful and important ability. And in fact, we even got back data for one we didn't have before, I think. And because I want to test it, I want to take a random one, which probably is the one that I was trying to access here. Meeting dot, or can I go at meeting? No. Dot unscoped dot find. I actually need to go back because that has to be like by public ID 18. M equals M dot recording is 23. Do I have that here? This one? Yeah, cool. Cool. So I'm doing M dot. Oh, it was M dot record it, or actually it's T on them, isn't it? Yeah, T equals M dot transcription. T dot data equals original. T dot original data. T dot original data equals nil. T dot save. And then we'll rerun this. This one, you know, doesn't have any data. Okay. Rails DB migrate. Takes a hot second, but all of these now have data in the correct format. And all of these have original data in the correct format. And I should, after we, you know, sort the music out,
Told you I can't find the words, nothing makes sense. Thought I told you
after we sort the music out and refresh this page, looks like everything works generally in the correct way, as we expected. I can jump around. I need to sort that bit out soon, but the one speaker. Nice. Nice. Okay. That was a bit of a pain, but you know, got there in the end. And now we have this refresh original data thing on the transcription, which actually allows us to pull it from S3. I think I'm going to make this an exclamation mark. Yeah. Okay, so now next thing is like, where is this information coming from? It says 2 people, you click into it. Is it 2 people defined? This says 8 people. Why does it say 2? I've only defined 2. I think that's a fair way of doing it without loading the transcription file for all of these people. You know? And I suppose at some point you could say something like 2 and 6 unidentified, you know. But I think it all works pretty well. I think the next thing to really perhaps do is to delete some code, you know. Oh, we lost, when I did the stuff, I lost GitHub. There we go. Shall we have some light? A little bit, you know, just a little bit of light. So one of the reasons I wanted to look in GitHub was just because I wanted to see, not the pull request, although, did I make a pull request? I guess I made a pull request. Do not merge, work in progress. Let's tidy up some of the stuff, you know. Let's tidy up. That's the new transcript editor. That's the word highlighter controller, which we're not using right now. Got some ProseMirror helpers, stream actions, the word mark got updated. We're gonna just go in this lib folder and delete. Lib tip tap, you know. Unable to delete. Delete. Oh. Oh, okay, fine. I'll go in here and delete them manually. Yes. 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 Okay. What can I delete from here? All of those. All of those. I think that's it. And then I would quite like to just keep... I don't even know. Should this be alphabetical? Should this be... Well, this can... I feel like ProseMirror stuff should at least be kept together. I don't think I'm even using that anymore. We are using stimulus use. I'm using sortable. I'm using the rules request. Signal stuff here. I want to group with that stuff. Is W3C key name for use with the did I end up installing key maps? I don't think I did. Post hog. I'm just trying to organize this a little bit, you know? It's madness. Does it work? That? I guess there's one way of telling. Refresh. Still quite a lot of JavaScript, but it all loads really quick. And then there's a cable. Fine. Tip tap. Okay, that's kind of dead now. It's fine. Demo can go. Transcript demo can probably also go as well. Transcript demo. Doing a big cleanup at the same time. It's a recipe for disaster. PG tip tap. It's gone. ProseMirror. Well, that's gonna have loads of stuff. PF tip tap. Nothing else in there called tip tap. That's fine. What about like utterance? Or word marker. Okay, fine. That looks like I've mostly cleaned that up. Let's just see whether there's anything else. Tip tap will be gone. Let's just scroll through these files quickly. The flash. Fine, we can have that space at the end. The word highlighter. I think I'm going to get rid of the word highlighting from now. Word highlighter. Word highlighter controller, because this isn't going to work in its current format. There is some stuff in here that is there, like there's the update, and really that's the underscore form. Time update, you know, that bit. I think we just kill it for now. We figured it out, we'll figure it out again. Yeah, no. Figured it out the first time, I'm sure we'll do it again. Okay, that kind of puts that back. That means the word highlighter controller also gets nuked. Pages controller gets deleted. Speakers controller, I kind of want to update what's going on here. Don't particularly like what's going on here. So we have the transcript editor controller, the word highlighter controller, which is gone. ProseMirror helpers, which we've added. The stream actions, which we've added. That tip tap folder's gone. The segment view we've added. The speaker plugin we've added. The word marker we've added. This we've added. What does this do? This allows us to get speakers for a transcription. That gets us the blob of JSON for the view. And then import, which is now document, which we've added. That's returned. That's gone. This has changed. That's moved. That's cleaned up a massive amount. Then we've added some vendor files in as well. Fine. I think I'm good with that. I think it's good. The one thing that I wanted to just address on here was the speakers controller and how it does the update. Speakers controller. We render this turbo stream where we do these two things, and that is a really long line, and it's a bit of a mess. And I don't really feel like it belongs in the controller. Kind of feels like more of a view thing. And here's one of the places where I'm going to have to search the turbo rails. I think it's like turbo stream. I know somewhere where there's code for it, so let me just reference quickly. There may be a project that I've been doing some stuff on as at views, transactions, no, valuations, .turbo stream. So I'm kind of looking to build something like this, and it's just .turbo_stream.erb, and that is what we're looking to do here. So this is the update. So I guess we'll do update.turbostream.erb. Speakers. We're in here and we'll do update.turbostream.erb. And then turbo, okay, turbo underscore stream replace. That should still work, but then the turbo stream replace the speaker, and then turbo stream action tag set data set attribute. You know, it'd be nicer if I could just do turbo stream dot. And I kind of recreated this from another project, and I might see whether they did do the adding it to the turbo stream helpers and whether I can do the same. Stream actions helper. I'm going to grab this one from hotwire.dev, not hotwire.dev, hotwire.io. Give it turbo power. Yeah. Set data set attribute, which is that, right? But this kind of didn't want to just install this, but I'm like, is it just easier just to install it? It probably is just easier. I'm faffing around. Stop faffing around. Add the blimmin' turbo power to your project. Bundle, add turbo power. Bundle, add turbo power. Okay. Mine's gone blank. Add it. Then you've got to install the bloody package as well. Turbo power is separately. Kind of annoying. But, right. Yeah. In turbo power. Import map in turbo power. /bin/import map in turbo power. It does mean I can get rid of stream actions. Means I can. That was the initializer folder, right? Yeah. And then in here, I don't need this anymore, but I will need to do something, surely. Yeah, I need to import turbo power from turbo power. For turbo power. And then I can do I guess I already have just turbo. Yeah. Turbo power dot initialize turbo dot stream actions. And that will just manually set those in there for me. I guess I could have left that in initializer. Stream actions.js. Is that correct? You know, I kind of stream underscore actions. Yes. Stream underscore actions.js. Okay. And that puts turbo power in there. Again, my mind is going blank. Okay, so that does that. I can then go back to my turbo, but yeah, turbo underscore stream. I can't call this one. No, this one. And then I can change this to be turbo underscore stream dot set data set attribute. And then I think I can then just set target. Targets attribute value. They're positional arguments now. In fact, I just go back. Pretty sure dots here are targets, attribute, value. And then I think as well, if I recall, one of the things I can now do, because the targets get run through I think I can underscore these. And then that will also get picked up properly. In fact, I might even be able to do that as a symbol. Let's see. I mean, I need to also, before I go too far, reload this. It's been installed. Cool. Refresh. Well, it seems to work still, apart from, like, where did the image go? Like, what is going on here? Mango. Okay. I'm guessing the speaker color somehow isn't getting rendered. But I'm not really sure why all of a sudden. Like, what? Well, the colour's there, fine. Like this is all getting coloured in, right? Before :BG accent tan, but none of these are getting coloured in now. I'll be right back. Back. And we... I'm confused why my monitor was so dark, and it's because the brightness was turned down. Anyway, we want to take this, so we'll yank it. See, I don't know if yanking is the best way. Space Y, you know. We'll do that. And then I want to PG. That's what I mean, like, I could have... That's gonna be easy, isn't it? The only place it appears is here, app/models. And here is the problem I have, and I'm not really sure why I'm only seeing this now. I think it's because I've moved where the rendering of this was, because sometimes the initial rendering used to be in there's a way of rendering it before that was in the JavaScript file, I'm pretty sure. So like when I go into app JavaScript, models, no. Controllers, maybe, no. Helpers, no. Lib, yes. Tip tap, yes. Utterance node, yes. Okay, that just has the before. Tailwind config, you know. Okay, brings it back. I mean, I don't really know how it worked before, to be honest. There must have been some file that had them in that I've deleted. I'm seeing. Bin. Was there anything else in pull request? I can get rid of. There was a file that I just thought about, which is the one that is in JavaScript lib. Maybe not in lib. Models. This one. We're not using this anymore, right? Yeah. Okay, let's commit this and see. Like, I think I'm gonna stage all of these because I just don't think we're gonna give this as a feature or a refactor. Refactor transcript editor. Remove. Hit tap. Replace with ProseMirror setup only.
Listen to me speak, but just do what you want. What words will you keep? The ones that cause us harm. You assume the worst, but that is yet to come. Because you caused it first, and now we've come undone.
Okay. We have to GPS git push -f. Okay, refresh and everything should be changed. Okay, let's just quickly do ourselves a little review. We've added turbo power to the gem file. Fine. Kind of, I didn't really want to have to add that, but made it work. That was a random file that just needed updating. Okay, so we never really did this, so let's actually do that, because that's something we kind of half did. I'm gonna squash and merge this, I think, so I think I'll just do these as separate commits. Let's go speakers controller. This rendering the turbo stream doesn't want to render the turbo stream. Okay. turbo stream. Turbo stream is valuations. So if I look in the valuation controller for create, render. Interesting, because it's like render new. Oh, that's because I've format.turbo stream. I suppose I can do something like that where it's like format respond to. Yeah, we'll do that. Muster minutes, yeah. Respond to do format end, you know. Format.html. Redirect to the meeting, not the speaker path. So now we just say, okay, we'll respond to, we'll either return format HTML or we'll do format.turbostring. I need to check that that works because I am not entirely certain it's going to. This doesn't have action on it. Oh no, it does. And do I have turbo at stream? Yeah. So why? This. Is the thing wrong? Okay. Turbo stream. I wonder. It looks like I have those. I have the meeting. Be even nicer if I don't have to do that. No. Can I? Do I need to do that? Is that maybe the problem? Turbo.streamActions.set hold const hold was turbo.streamActions.set dataset attribute. And then we can do turbo.streamActions.set data set attribute. The new function. Well, we return the old function. I thought you could just do... Oh, is it logs or something? Args. I've done that. Oh, why? What? What's this about? Why do I have to change that from turbo rails to turbo? This is why I didn't want to do this. Oh. So I have to call that turbo to turbo.min. And then that means I should also then have to do that in the application.js. Not happy with this. Merge today. We're going to run for another 9 minutes, I think. I'm going to see how it goes. But yeah, that's annoying me. There's no reason why that should have to be like that. Also, it worked earlier. Like the JavaScript side worked, the backend bit worked. Boo hoo. I'm just thinking, I'm just like, well, we know this worked. Like, take that. And then just do that. And see if this now fixes it. And if it does, then we know we've kind of narrowed down our problem. See, that works, you know? So we narrowed down our problem to just that. I also wonder, like, this import map crap with the, not that one, map config. This crappy change here and that one there, like, get out of here. Works fine. Takes a second, but works fine. So one's using the turbo stream action tag and one's using the set dataset attribute. We'll just go back to what I was doing before, which was just manually doing this rather than dealing with an extra dependency. Oh, did mine do that then? Not there, the I don't know what I'm looking for. Import map config. Turbo power's just down there on its own. I didn't run into that issue. What isn't working, however, is Stream Helper. Which clearly does something that I'm not expecting. Custom action all. Set dataset attribute. And see, that says targets when actually I just have one target. So that is a difference. And then attributes, well, we weren't really passing. Well, we passed the value. And the attribute. Attribute. Oh. You know, I don't know if it's worth the pain of getting that to work. I think it's just... Which is unfortunate, because I don't know... Can I switch this back to being like editor underscore speaker underscore value? I mean, that might have been the issue, actually. Maybe I just change this back to transcript editor speakers value. Was that the problem? Because I was trying to do that. He probably was. Can I see the network request that it actually makes? Attribute is camel cased, but actually it wants to be what you're doing, mate, but it ain't what I asked you to do. It ain't whatever you're doing, ain't not what I asked you to do, isn't it, mate? And Shift R. Right, we'll clear all that out. We'll go in here, we'll edit it, and we'll press. No. Transcript editor speakers value. And so there is a form. There is a form, and on that form there is a... Not that form, this form. Transcript editor speakers value. That is the data attribute. It ain't looking much good, is it? For an example, turbo power. Oh, what's just done there? Oh, we're going into the balloon. Do that. Data set. What else? What other differences are there between that and that? Well, apart from the individual target rather than an array of targets. Can I just select anything that has that? But no, because it has to be for that specific meeting. I'm doing JSON.generate. But I mean, when you look at the blob, right, in here, is that not JSON? Looks like JSON to me, you know. I think the problem here is targets. I only want one target. And it's using all for all of these. So I guess I could add a hash to make it an ID. But again, that sacrifice of making this even more weirdly complicated. I think this is probably the last thing. Yeah, there we go. That was the problem. Yeah, I do not like that. This looks broken. Okay. Refresh, quick review. Want to get this merged. Okay. We now redirect to the meeting path. Meeting path is a thing, right? Like if I go meeting path, takes an ID. Yeah, nice. Cool. I'm happy with that. I can remove that line now in theory. Wow. Speaker controller. Yes, get add, git commit amend. I kind of need to look at making that a bit more performant. But yeah, fine. Done. That I'm happy with. That's the transcript webhook controller. I need to check what. Can't see why I wouldn't. That's the new controller. That's the new. At least the old controller. That's the helpers. That's that. Link that code. That's the segment view. That's the link plugin. That's the word mark. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Okay. Ordered map. ProseMirror. Those things. What do? We added 653. We deleted 613. I added a bunch and I added a couple of new features in here. We removed a bunch of one lines. We probably have a few more lines of ProseMirror code, but not too many more. And have essentially the same functionality, plus a bit more. Okay, cool. We will squash and merge, I think. Or we'll just rebase and merge. On that. Okay, cool. And we wrap it up there. Thanks for hanging out. 3-hour stream in the end, managed to get that in. And yeah, we'll pick this up tomorrow. I'll be continuing working on this and working out. I think we'll finally, I think about 3 or 4 weeks ago, we started on this, like, let's get the word marker updated. I think we can do that now. So we'll look at this tomorrow, get the deployment done. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time. Bye.